Men are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are...
No need.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you...
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Hi there. Since this was so...
Great!
One of your room... Here are your keys.
Shenhe, you should... Paimon, let's buy one.
All right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. See you...
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? Let's go and say hi. Make my escape.
One trusts you have met Shenhe.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her...
Cool. So calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful.
her Adeptus name. Why...
Don't up...
On this latter point, you are correct.
Oh, right. Paimon neither. This is a real surprise.
Do you mean to say that she...
Well, to start with...
Ah, yes. She was like this all... One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was... Inside was Shenhe. Then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a...
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already... That she was one dealt...
In other words,
Not necessarily...
it's still...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every... Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her... However, Mooncop Red Rope... It is only by...
Oh, now Paimon...
Huh. Ningguang, if she... Let us conclude...
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with. should be due a growth spurt by now. Hey! So, Shenhua,
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
oh?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep. I was worried that something may have happened to you. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me... After all, Master is...
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had to...
It's okay. I don't... The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience... Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. For this, I'm very...
To be fair, we've met our fair... Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you...
Got it. Although...
Great! Well, now that we're... But before we do that, let's... After all, Sunset Vermilionite is... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be...
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Byron! And hey! People Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the before we find some suitable plastrite. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed jade. The remainder of the construction work is then...
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right... The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch. Wait, I know you. You're the one who fought against the Vatuian Osile, right? Oh, sure enough, your reputation precedes you. Pleased to meet you. I'm Beto, captain of the Crux.
Beto? Are you here to join the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin. Probably...
Greetings.
These two are punch...
Shenhua.
Miss Yun is a...
It's an honor to be honest with you all. I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang.
Wow.
Excuse me.
No.
In that case, Lady Ningguang, instead of competing...
Sounds great.
the plastrite. How'd I do?
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then, from what I've...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Job.
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's... By the way...
I'm looking for a...
Ooh.
The opera is a... It's called...
Are you here for something off the shelf?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering...
Of course I have. Sorry.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I...
Yunjin? Stage use? Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you. So, you're here to ask about the types of ore needed...
No?
If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her star split. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. Of course, it's...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Surely I should be to a growth spurt by now.
Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Surely I should be to a growth spurt by now.
Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve. serve.
Surely I should be due a growth spurt by now.
Anfang's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfang's Ironmongers, here to serve. Anfang's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Seems like I should have just stayed in bed.
I came to Mount Tian'an once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. Oh, this is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, her extraordinary ability, and so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a...
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon!